You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. Let me tell you a story. In 2020, the global gaming industry's revenue hit $165 billion. Happy New Year to everyone. We did it. With 2.7 billion gamers worldwide, that number will only grow as the years go on. Even the population, if it stays the same, or even if it decreases. And let me tell you why. Question: how many of your grandparents play video games? Even if they're still alive, it's doubtful that they play anything at all. Now, we've had some videos go viral. We've had grandpas playing Wii. We've had the elders react playing video games, and they react to how they do. And so there are a fair point now, a couple of them. But if they are alive, I bet almost none of them play video games aside from those special few. My grandma watched The Price is Right, she watched soap operas, and she did crossword puzzles. But answer this: how many of you will be gamers forever? I know I will be. I'll be in my 60s playing the next generation of Pokemon. I will do so until I flatline. So as we stay alive and other kids are born into the world, we will see a large number of gamers increase. Video games weren't really a thing until 1972 when Pong came out. For those of you who don't know, Pong was an arcade table tennis game, and it was so popular that Atari had made a home console in 1975 specifically for the game. In 1977, it had finally sold 1 million units, something that would be laughable today. It takes it 2 years to sell 1 million units. So it took 5 years from there being no video games commercially available ever until 1 million units were sold. After the release of Pong in 78, after the release of a new one in 78, it drove other gamers to continue. Like I said, after not Pong, but Space Invaders came out in 78. And then after that, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong were both released by 1982. And that generated more than both pop music and the box office industry, or movies, combined. Commodore 64 also premiered that year, and then the big one came out. After almost 100 years of existing, Nintendo released the NES in 1985. After almost a decade of dominating, Sony released the PlayStation in 1994. And after almost another decade, Microsoft, which understood the importance and potential of online gaming, released the Xbox in 2001. 3 years later, Blizzard released World of Warcraft. It had 14 million monthly paying subscribers in 2004. That is nothing compared to when Apple and Google got into the mobile gaming industry. They had dominated the $85 billion mobile market, and after seeing success of Pokemon Go reaching $1 billion in revenue the first year, and Grand Theft Auto 5's record-breaking $1 billion in 3 days, I only see it growing. It's the gamers that decide where the market goes. Why did I do 2 hours worth of research while I'm on vacation talking about each layer of gaming? Because AR and VR is next. It took almost a decade for, from Pong to go to Nintendo Entertainment System, another decade to go to Sony, then 7 years after that to go to, Microsoft. VR has been around for 4 years. Everyone that has played it says that it is just the coolest thing that they've ever played. The only issue that they're facing right now is ubiquity. You had everyone playing Pokemon Go. I didn't. I was in Kuwait when it had surfaced, and I got to see everyone else having fun, but I did not. Right now, it's also several $100s for the setup. That's why they released this in phases. Phase 1 is desktop and mobile gaming. No app yet, but you can get it on your browser, on your phone. That's how I play it a lot. Phase 2 for this, mobile apps for Apple and Android, and the release of the apps on Apple and Android will also mark the release of portals and augmented reality in this game. It won't be until Phase 3 that the full VR version will be ready to experience. By that time, the cost of the console should come down considerably to where it's more accessible to the everyday person. But again, the user base will have grown by that time 10x, 100x by then. And I saw it in the passion in these guys' eyes. You don't do that. You don't see passion like that in game developers. Maybe for Nintendo because that's like their project, that's their baby. But Sony and Microsoft, those guys are not up 30 hours straight. I don't see people making YouTube videos on those other games, on Sony's new VR game, or even Facebook's Oculus Quest. I don't see people making videos on that, at least not to the extent that me and Aria Realty are, that so many other people are this game. I saw that in Tesla, where nobody was pumped to see the new electric Ford pickup truck. There's a couple of videos made on it, most of them made by the actual company, but so many people like myself are making videos on Tesla. I see it on Pokemon, and I see it on this game as well. That's why I'm all in, 100%. I'll continue to do so. February, I'll put 5 figures in this in February alone, just because of how much I believe in it. Now I'm doing that. It's not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. I'm doing that just because I believe in it. I'm doing that because I see the community. I don't see it that often, but when I do, I go all in. I did it with Tesla. I did it with Pokemon. I'm doing it with this game. Going for the hat trick here. I love you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. That using my referral code, which is down below, helps so much. You guys don't even know. Every time you guys comment, leave a positive response, that means the world to me. I forget who said it in the stream that said Randy Chavez is God. That made my freaking night. That was ecstatic when it was at that moment when I realized this is going to work. I had my suspicions in the past, but just the community is so tight knit, and it's only growing every day. Hundreds of people come to our Facebook pages. Many more subscribe. Many more watch. Speaking of which, subscribe if you're not already. Patreon down below. I love you guys. Fast dismissed.